Have you ever felt like your mind never stops? Like you're carrying an invisible weight, trapped in an endless cycle of thoughts? Overthinking not only robs us of our peace, but also distances us from what truly matters. We try to control every detail, analyze all possibilities, but in the end, we just end up exhausted and overwhelmed. What if I told you there's a lighter way? A way to live with less mental noise and more clarity. Today, we're exploring the power of letting go, a minimalist approach to dealing with overthinking. We'll understand why we try so hard to control everything, how to let go of what no longer serves us, and ultimately, how to find freedom in the present moment. So, take a deep breath and join me on this journey to a lighter mind and a calmer heart. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do it now to receive more content like this. Imagine you're carrying a backpack. At first, it's light, almost unnoticeable, but as the day goes on, you start adding rocks to it. Each rock represents a worry, a regret, a doubt. By the end of the day, this backpack is so heavy that every step feels harder. This invisible backpack is our mind when it's overloaded with thoughts. We think about what we said yesterday, what we need to do tomorrow, and all the possibilities that never happened. Without realizing it, we spend enormous energy carrying a weight we don't need. The problem is, we believe this is normal. We think being constantly worried is a sign of responsibility. But is it really, or are we just trapping ourselves inside our own heads? The first step to easing this weight is recognizing that overthinking doesn't mean solving more problems. Often, it's the opposite. A noisy mind pulls us away from clarity, intuition, and peace. Now, close your eyes for a moment and ask yourself, how many of today's thoughts really needed to exist? If this content is helping you, like the video so more people can find this sense of lightness. Have you noticed how we spend our lives trying to predict the future? We plan every detail, anticipate problems, and seek certainty, all to avoid the unexpected. But the truth is, life has never followed our scripts. The unexpected happens, things change, and yet we keep trying to hold on tightly to control. This happens because our mind fears the unknown. It convinces us that if we think hard enough, we can avoid mistakes, frustrations, and disappointments. But this is an illusion. Absolute control doesn't exist, and trying to hold on to it only creates anxiety. Think of a river. If you try to hold on to the water with your hands, it slips through your fingers, but if you simply relax and watch, you see that the water always finds its way. Life works the same way. So instead of holding on to every detail, ask yourself, what is truly under my control right now? When we think of minimalism, we often picture decluttering material things. But what if we applied this concept to our minds? Our heads are full of accumulated thoughts, useless worries, draining memories, unnecessary self-demands. We hold on to ideas the way some people hoard objects in a cluttered attic. But is all of this essential? Or are we just filling space with what we don't need? Mental minimalism teaches us to do an internal decluttering, It doesn't mean ignoring responsibilities, but rather learning to distinguish what truly deserves our attention and what should be left behind. Here's a simple exercise. When a thought arises, ask yourself, is this useful or just noise? If it's noise, let it go. Just like we discard objects we no longer use, we can create space in our minds. Because in the end, clarity doesn't come from excessive thinking, but from the silence between thoughts. Letting go, releasing. It sounds simple, but why is it so hard? We hold onto thoughts as if they define who we are. We relive past mistakes, replay conversations, and try to predict the future. But in reality, none of this changes what has already happened or controls what is yet to come. Mental detachment doesn't mean ignoring reality. It means stopping the habit of feeding what no longer serves us. Imagine your mind as the sky. Thoughts are clouds. Some pass by gently, others are storms, but none of them are permanent. The key to detachment is realizing that you are not your thoughts. You are the space where they appear and disappear. When you understand this, you no longer need to cling to them. You simply observe and let them pass. Try this now. Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Let any thought that arises come and go, like leaves floating down a river. Feel the lightness of this moment. The human mind has a curious habit. It rarely stays where the body is. We worry about what could go wrong tomorrow. We relive things that happened years ago. We plan, analyze, anticipate, but forget to live in the now. The present moment is the only place where life happens. The past is gone. The future hasn't arrived yet. But our mind insists on dragging us away from the now, making us miss the only thing that truly exists, this moment. What if, just for a moment, you simply stopped? Try this now. Feel your breath. Listen to the sounds around you. Observe the light and shadows in your space. Notice the sensations in your body. This is presence. When we learn to be in the now, overthinking loses its grip, because the mind only spins when it is trapped in time, caught in what was or what will be. In the present, there is only what is. Clearing the mind doesn't mean having no thoughts. That would be impossible, but it does mean creating space between thoughts, allowing the mind to breathe. Here are 3 simple and effective techniques to help you do this. Conscious breathing. Whenever you feel your mind racing, shift your attention to your breath. Inhale deeply through your nose, hold for a moment, and exhale slowly through your mouth. Repeat a few times. This calms the mind and brings you back to the present. The mental dump ritual. Grab a piece of paper and write down everything on your mind. Worries, to-do lists, random thoughts. Don't worry about organization. Just let it all out. Then, either tear up the paper or put it away without rereading. This releases mental weight. The let it go practice. When an intrusive thought appears, ask yourself, Does this truly need my attention right now? If the answer is no, visualize the thought as a leaf floating down a river. Watch it drift away without resistance. With time, these techniques help the mind become a lighter, quieter space. There comes a moment in life when we realize holding on hurts more than letting go. We overthink because we fear losing control, but true freedom arises when we accept that we don't need to control everything. Letting go isn't a weakness, it's wisdom. It's understanding that some things don't need fixing, just space to unfold. When we stop holding on to the past, we create space for the present. When we release the fear of the future, we find peace in the now. When we let go of what we cannot change, we discover the lightness of simply being. Ask yourself now, what are you holding on to that you should have released already? Take a deep breath and visualize yourself letting it go, because in the end, life always finds its way. All we need to do is allow it to flow. The mind is like an open sky. Sometimes dark clouds appear. Other times, the sun shines freely. But no matter what passes through it, the sky remains the same, vast, silent, unshaken. Likewise, you are not your thoughts. You are the one who observes them. And when you learn to let go, you realize that peace has always been there, waiting for you to notice it. Tonight, before you sleep, try something simple. Express gratitude for 3 things and release 1 worry. See how it changes the way you feel. If this video helped you, like, comment, and share. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, do it now to continue this journey of self-discovery and lightness. Remember, true freedom isn't about controlling everything, but about trusting the flow of life. Thank you for being here. See you in the next video.